It's becoming glaringly obvious that players, media, and fans are bent on not giving Giannis the respect he deserves. So why is everyone trying to put down Giannis? Well, stick around to find out why everyone hates Giannis Antetokounmpo.
My name is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
When were you born?
I was born in 1994.
Well, what club do you play for?
I play for Philadelphia Geographic.
Just too good. Giannis gets so much hate for being a freak of nature. His ball handling skills, size, dunking, and speed have earned him a certain nickname. I'm sure you have heard it. You know, the Greek Freak. Giannis, at just 27 years old, has achieved many accolades and trophies in his relatively short time in the league. The Milwaukee Bucks star started out in the semi-pro Greek B Basket League. Just after turning 18, Giannis was given the chance to play in front of a larger fan base, signing for the Spanish side, CAI Zaragoza, despite offers from other clubs. Giannis had a very impressive 2012-2013 league campaign in the Greek division. In over 25 games, he averaged 9.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, 1.0 blocks, and 1.4 assists per game. Later in 2013, he made the pick as a special participant in the Greek League All-Star game, despite not being selected as an All-Star. The coaches decided to give the fans a treat by letting him play in the All-Star event. By April 2013, Giannis was finally eligible to make the NBA draft. He made the first round pick and was 15th overall in the drafting process. He was drafted to the Milwaukee Bucks and then signed his rookie contract. Making his NBA debut at the age of 18 in 311 days, Giannis made his mark as one of the youngest NBA players to play in the league. Yeah, you either have it or you don't, and the Greek Freak certainly showed promising signs from the get-go. In his rookie season, Giannis set the pace, making double figures 23 times and only got less than 10 rebounds twice, all in 77 appearances. He ended the season with a record 61 blocks, the highest amongst any other rookie in the league, and the 7th higher by a Bucks player in their history. Giannis was deservedly named to the All-Rookie second team. He was chosen among few others to feature in the Rising Stars Challenge at the NBA All-Star Weekend held in New Orleans.
When I think about like, oh yeah, I did this, I'm so great, I had 30, I had 25, 10 and 10, or whatever the case might be, because you're going to think about that, oh, we won this and that. Usually the next day, you're going to suck.
Rapid rise. While we've seen a lot of promising youngsters dip in form and fail to live up to the hype, this certainly wasn't the case with the Greek Freak. His second season in the league saw him achieve significant development in his NBA career. Despite a loss to the Houston Rockets, Giannis stamped 27 points and 15 rebounds, which was the highest in his career at the time. On the 9th of February, a few days after setting his record, he was named Player of the Week. Not bad, right? Well, it didn't take long for Giannis to smash his record, as a month later, he surpassed his previous tally by scoring 29 points. However, the game ended in another loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. The poor form of the Milwaukee Bucks didn't prevent Giannis' light from radiating. By the following season, Giannis was showing no signs of slowing down. The hungry beast took his game up a notch and broke his record points tally by scoring 33 points in a game, which ended in yet another loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. This seems to be a trend. Just when the Greek Freak demonstrates his prowess, it's never enough to keep them from trouble. On the 22nd of February 2016, he set yet another record for being the youngest Buck to achieve a triple-double, doing so in a win over the Lakers. Finally, the curse is lifted. This time, his statistical output ironically contributed to his team's progress and brought him further into the limelight. A day before Christmas Eve, Giannis went on to set his highest ever points tally. He scored 39 points with 6 assists and 8 rebounds to help his team to a 123-96 victory over the Washington Wizards. From there on, Giannis continued to record at least 20 points in 14 straight consecutive games. In a game against the New York Knicks, he had his first buzzer beater, which secured the win for the Bucks. He recorded 27 points and 13 rebounds, including a perfectly executed turnaround jumper that sealed the game. By the following year, Giannis made the Eastern Conference All-Star team, but this time as a starter. He achieved this feat at the age of 22 years, making him the youngest player ever to start the NBA All-Star game.
We're here now. Obviously, we gotta get better. But we're going to take it day by day. Whatever happened in the past is in the past. We gotta focus on now. How can we get better right now?
More fame and recognition. After being named to the 2016 NBA All-Star, Giannis became the first Greek player to be an NBA All-Star. He also helped the Bucks earn 14 victories in a calendar thanks to his stellar performances. By the end of the season, Giannis was the highest in all major stats for the Bucks. Points, rebounds, steals, blocks, and assists. There simply was no stopping him. So maybe now you are starting to see why everyone hates him. Just ruins every other team's day. Is that a bird? Is that a plane? No, it's the Greek Freak. Every year, Giannis continues to develop. Well, so does his fame, and of course, a new contract almost definitely means one thing: loyalty and extra cash. Giannis signed a $100 million contract extension in 2016 to reward his brilliant performances. While it was the beginning of greater things to come, it also raised a lot of jealousy. As a matter of fact, the narrative surrounding the hatred of Giannis has looked absolutely ridiculous. It's difficult to point out one good reason he is getting as much stick as he does despite his incredible performances. Some attribute the hatred to Giannis being drafted to a small market team and helping them gain prominence in the league. Maybe the Lakers should sign him. Bet they would keep that losing record.
Just call me Superman.
I like it. Superman is in the building.
Why the disrespect? Because he gets soft calls and travels, allowing him to supermax his ridiculous body and talent with the extra ball control from being able to carry it one more step. I don't hate his mentality or what he does. He's just been given slight cheating rights. It's just a fact. A fan reacted. While this expresses an opinion on the hatred about Giannis, it still doesn't hold enough weight to justify the disrespect. Nick Wright, in the First Things First series, blatantly called out the media and players and said, "Giannis is currently the most disrespected superstar in the NBA, and rightly so." Considering all Giannis has achieved in his short career and the record set, it's difficult to believe that many would still despise him for vague reasons. The general issue most people seem to have about Giannis is his poor shooting and terrible free throws. Alright, 80% of Giannis' points indeed are either around the rim or 8 feet from the basket. This makes a lot of people see his techniques and baskets as unskilled and lacking uniqueness. But whether Giannis is making a dunk or shooting inside the circle, it still remains 2 points regardless of how you do it. Sadly, more players seem to discredit Giannis' performances for not shooting threes or demonstrating a special technique. There seems to be a general agreement that Giannis cannot simply do the basics or show unique performance compared to the likes of LeBron, which is a bit harsh when you note the comparisons. The likes of James Harden took a dig at him, criticizing his inability to dunk despite his massive frame and height. Giannis' apparent laid-back and low-profile attitude might have triggered a level of disrespect here.
Please tell me to, have confidence in myself and just shoot the ball. And just believe in myself because they've seen me work hard in practice, and Coach Bow wants me to shoot it every game. And it doesn't matter if I miss it or make it or we lose or win.
Ignoring the big boys. In 2018, Giannis was presented with the chance to have a workout session with Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James, which he turned down. While Giannis stated in an interview that it felt unusual and weird training with his competitors, a lot of fans and players didn't take it lightly. That wasn't the first time Giannis would turn down a request from a fellow NBA player. That same year, LBJ, Kevin Durant, and a host of other NBA superstars had invited him to a showdown that Giannis chose not to attend. Kevin, who was a strong admirer of Giannis in his early days, said he couldn't understand why the Bucks star declined their offers. Perhaps that's just Giannis being himself with an old school mentality. However, that's still not enough reason to put a player down, is it? Giannis's back-to-back MVPs could be another factor that has led to the amount of hatred he's getting. His 2019 and 2020 NBA MVP awards saw him win it over the likes of LeBron James and James Harden, two of whom possess a very large fan base. Okay, going against two legends for such a prestigious award and edging them would inevitably generate a lot of scorn. Giannis being Greek could also play a role in his unwarranted disrespect. Giannis was literally in the Greek B division before he was drafted in the NBA, and he's already won more awards and honors than many who've been in the league for a while. That definitely speaks volumes and could have led to a lot of players feeling jealous.
It's been special to see a young kid come in like that, just raw. And I don't know because I'm not around, but from what you see, it looks like he just put so much work. He looks like a guy who just lives at the gym. He don't even look like he has a house or apartment. He looks like he literally lives at the gym.
What more can he do? At just 27 years old, Giannis Antetokounmpo has won 2 MVPs and been named to 5 NBA All-Stars, among other honors. These accolades seem to have rattled a lot of people for whatever reason. Seems no matter how good you are, haters will always be hanging around. When it comes to basketball, this dude is a Greek demigod. It, however, seems like no matter how much Gianni tries, he never gets the respect he deserves. The 2021 NBA Final was arguably one of the best final series of all time, where Giannis dominated the stats ranking. Yet, he barely got any attention for his performances. However, other NBA stars were quick to acknowledge the performances of the likes of Kevin Durant. The irony makes you wonder what agenda they have against the young Bucks star. Giannis scored 40 points in back-to-back games, and there was hardly a tweet praising his performances. He has one of the best blocks in the NBA Finals history, and no one cares to highlight it or at least laud him. Giannis must have offended the other Greek gods or something. The Milwaukee Bucks consider him a legend, which he is worthy of when you look at all he has amassed both personally and for the team as a whole. It gets wilder when you think that he's just getting started and isn't fully in his prime yet. So, we guess haters have got a long time to keep hating.
He's the first big man that I've seen average 27-13, right? A couple assists, 6 assists without post moves. So he's a point big man, the new era of basketball for big guys.
Haters gon' hate. Giannis's career has been nothing short of brilliance, only getting more talented and delivering on big stages. But when you look at the most hated players in the NBA, what do you notice? That's right, greatness. Most of these players like LeBron and Curry are simply just too good. So it's quite understandable if they prick a few jealous nerves here and there. While the disrespect has been an ongoing theme in Giannis's career, it's safe to say it's pretty natural, and haters are always gonna hate.